Lee Bellin, Director of Instructional Programs for Gulfport School District. And if you're ready to read, I'm going to give you some tips on what you can do at home to begin to learn to read. So, one of the first things that we always do at home is we listen to others read. It's very important that someone's reading to you at home. So if you have an older brother, older sister, a family member, have them read to you each day and watch how they read the book. And they'll pick the book up from the front and they read from cover to cover. And the pages turn in a specific order and they're looking at the words one by one and sounding those words out. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Pretty soon, if you're entering kindergarten, you are going to receive a book called Sailing into Kindergarten. And in this book, you're going to find lots of things to help you get ready for kindergarten. So the first thing I want to show you is dealing with the alphabet. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Many of you can sing the alphabet song or recite the letters of the alphabet, A all the way to Z. And many of you know what the letters look like. But the next step is learning to identify the sounds that each letter makes. And this book can help you with that. For example, if you look in this first square where the letter A is, there's a picture of an apple. What sound do you hear at the beginning of apple? You hear A. And that is the sound that A makes. Ah. Okay, let's go down here and look at this. We have the letter T. What sound does turtle make at the beginning? Listen to the word turtle. What do you hear? You hear T. So that is the sound of T. If you take A and T and put them together, you get the word at. So that is how we learn to read. Each one of these pictures represented beside the letter will tell you the sound that the letter makes. If you listen to the first sound you hear, ball. What does B say? B, b, ball. C, k, k, cat. D for dog. This is an egg. What do you hear at the beginning of egg? You hear the eh sound that E makes. And then this is a picture of a fish. What do you hear at the beginning of fish? You hear the sound. So go through each one. Name the picture. Listen to the first sound that you hear, and that is the sound that the letter makes. Now later on, you're going to learn that some of these letters make multiple sounds depending on the letters that follow. But if you'll just go through now and look at the pictures and ask yourself, what do I hear at the beginning of that word? Then that is the sound that that particular letter makes, okay? So look for this book soon. It's going to be a big help to you. And we'll go over some more pages in that before we finish today. I also want to share with you something you can do at home. This is a flashcard set that I made with my children years ago. My daughter is 20 years old right now, and this was hers when she was 4 years old. It's something very easy you can make. You can buy a set of index cards, and they already have a spiral on them. And I believe, like if you're doing your orders from Walmart online or from Target or stores like that, you can order these from them and pick them up. So this set of index cards is what I did. Remember when we talked about the A and what sound it made? It says A and T says T. So now we have the word at. At. Well, all of the next words that follow are going to have at in it. So let's see if we can sound those out. Look at this. I still recognize at, but I'm adding this. Remember? Ball, b, b. So if I add b to at, what do I get? Bat, bat. Let's see what we do next. Okay. The C letter says k. So if I add at to it, I get cat. You're reading. That's what readers do. Cat. All right. If you go back to the book I showed you and you find the picture for the letter F, it was a fish. So F says f. And if we put that with at, fat. Fat. We're blending the letters together to make words. See if you can figure this one out. Hat, hat. Okay, and so you can keep going through the list, adding different letters in front of the words and doing different families. This was the at family, so most of these words ended with at. But as I go through, I did another family, and so the next few words end with an. And the letters change. And then I did N, and I just changed the letters of each one. These little books were well loved. My girls would take these with them on car trips if we were outside at the ball field, at a park, and they would steadily practice those word families. So this is something really easy that you can do. And you don't have to have this book. You can make flashcards out of paper, anything you have at home, but just get with a family member to help you make a set of these flashcards. Another set, same concept, but basic sight words that you're going to see a lot, like the word a, and, oh look, my girls even colored all in theirs, away. And these words are also listed in this book that you'll be receiving soon, and I will show you where you can find those. They are towards the back of the book. Actually, the middle of the book, I believe. Here they are. Here's a list of different words. The reason they're called sight words is because they're in most books that you read. They make up a large number of words. About 80% of what you read is going to be made up of these words. So if you take the word families and these words, then you'll begin to read books like this. Dr. Seuss books are great for that. So you can start small and learn to practice by reading that way. But this little book is going to be a big help to you, so be sure to look for this. Miss Frost, my secretary, is packing those up and getting them ready for you now, so that you can get them this summer and practice at home. I want to show you another way to practice, okay? I have right here a picture of a cat, and look what I have, at. So what I want to do is I want to put different letters in front of at, the at family, and try to make different words. So what I've done, I took just a simple strip of paper that I cut from any sheet of paper, and you're going to kind of thread it through. Now these slits that I put in the paper, you're going to want someone at home to help you do that, okay? So get an adult to cut the slits for you, and they can help you make this. You can use a regular sheet of paper. You don't have to have this sheet that I've printed out here. You can use a paper plate and cut slits in it. You can draw your own picture of a cat. The picture helps you kind of remember the ending sound. That's really important for you. So the picture is a good little clue. But look what happens when we thread this through here. Okay? This is very much like what we just did with our book. But now I've added the sound B with at. Bat. And then as I pull it up, now I have at. we blend that together. The letter F says S. So now I see the word fat. What is this? Hat, rat. Now this, pat, mat, sat, tat, zat. You know what? Sometimes we don't know what all of these words mean. A zat, that could just be a nonsense word. But I know if the letter Z says Z, and I would put it with at, it says zat. If you've ever read any Dr. Seuss books, Dr. Seuss uses a lot of nonsense words. But the reason for that is because he's focusing on the letter sounds and helping you to form words. So you can easily make something like this at home. Same thing here. We could do a different one. So if I took this one, this is a cow. So my ending sound would be O-W. And whether these make words or not, we're just going to take this same strip. Remember, some of them might be nonsense words. But you can change these letters on here as well and put whatever letters you want. So we have bow, oopsie, cow, foul. Not sure if that's a word or not, but that's what it would say if we were to sound it out. It may be a nonsense word. How. This is just a little fun activity, and again, you don't have to have a copy machine to make this. You could take a picture you drew yourself. You can, like I said, put it in a paper plate. Let me show you how that would work. Same way. Someone cut some slits for you, and you're just going to thread it through. Now, I will tell you, if you don't want to change these each time, same thing. And if we put a T at the end, you can go through this the same way. Fat, cat, fat. Practice this a lot, and before long, you are going to be a reader. Trust me, this is one of the beginning steps. If you want to make these at home and you decide you don't want to change the strip each time, what I would tell you to do is take a piece of tape, any kind of tape that you want. This is some duct tape, so this is pretty strong stuff. And you're going to add this to the end of this little strip and just fold it over. And what this will help with, doesn't have to be super pretty or anything, just something so that when you go to pull this through, that strip won't fall out. It'll stay in there, okay? And you can put one at the bottom, one at the top. So, look for this book when it comes home, and I want you to really practice identifying the letter sounds, because those sounds help us make words. And when we make words, we're able to read and to write. I hope you enjoyed this today, and I cannot wait to get this book in your hands. It has lots of tips for reading and for writing and getting ready for kindergarten. We'll see you soon and in kindergarten.